Huh?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that at all?
No.
I am down. You don't remember that?
No, I don't. What we talking about? What I remember?
we did that whole show and your mic was off.
Yeah.
We did the whole show. He had no mic. That's the shit KK did. Anyway, so we have another intro for you guys. This is going to be something new. We actually did this 2 weeks ago when we first had our guest Miss Michonne on, but
She didn't have her headphones and her mic wasn't on, so
we had a whole show and no one heard nothing.
She blew it.
So we're gonna try to bring it back this week. So once again, this is a shout out to All Black Opinions Matter. That is a Facebook group page.
Yeah,
and they
added me back today.
They did?
Yeah.
There you go. So if you can, everyone join All Black Opinions Matter. And again, I don't know if it's just for black people.
It is, because when I went today, it specifically said, "Are you black?"
Oh, for real? Did you hit no?
I put then a motherfucker. Also, gonna be serious, right? My bad. I put yes. I put black. I checked black.
So anyway, so on this,
I was gonna say,
can y'all hear?
so on this page, join them please, and they have really good conversations. Miss Jerry Barnes, I gave her a whole government, but she has a lot of Pandora boxes, is what she calls, and these are people that she actually knows that sends information to her, conversations, and she just anonymously pissed them out, and people talk about it. So on this one that we have, I'm gonna read it to you. Tell me what y'all think. I've been dating, not me, but I've been dating. She's been dating a guy for almost 2 months. He's really sweet, affectionate, and helpful. The only thing is that I've noticed on social media, is that the one? That's not the one we want to read, is it? Fuck it, we'll read this one. I've noticed on social media that he's completely different. There's several posts where he's really harsh and argumentative with women. To the point of him calling them out of their name. His comments on topics regarding women regularly tend to be really negative. When she brought it up to him, he told her it's not a big deal. He said he's been treating her well so far, and I'm aware that there's different personas online, but they've only been dating for a short period of time, and she's concerned, is she really just getting his representative? So she is wondering, should she be mindful of what he's putting out to the public, or just focus on how he is treating her in private? Let's start off with our guest, Michonne, Miss Jessica Michonne.
That's if it's only been 2 months and he's showing a red flag. If it's only been 2 months and he's showing a red flag for her, get out of it. It's no harm, no foul.
What's the red flag in this?
Not being true to who he really is. Like, don't on one hand be this Prince Charming, and on the other hand.
But social media is just entertainment. Like, I can't stand a person to take that shit serious. Like,
I use my social media for business,
okay,
right? For networking,
okay.
Right? I'm gonna be consistently me. Like, I don't need to be me in private and then be a witch on social media, because who does that benefit? Honestly.
But you say I'm the nicest person in the world, right?
Yeah.
I'm not nice on Facebook. I play around. Like, that's what I do. Like, it's two different things.
I also think so too. I think people take social. It's crazy because I know people in real life that will hang out with me and see me every day. I was on social media talking with somebody, Delisa, shout out Miss Delisa McBride, and she said something along the lines like a joke saying we're married, and all of a sudden people were messaging, "You married? Congratulations! Why don't you tell nobody?" And I'm like, guys, it's a joke. Obviously, like, y'all know me in real life, but people will sit there and take stuff you post as more truth than who they really know you as, and I think that's just weird. It's entertainment. Which
is fine. I get that point, but if she's dating this guy and she has a problem with who he's presenting himself to be, that's a problem with her, and she either needs to stay in it or get out of it.
But he treats her right, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just talks shit on Facebook. Like, that's just like somebody saying, I don't even know, Kevin Samuels, if he dates somebody, like, she should, I'm sure the way he talked to women on his platform is not how he talked to the lady he dating, or the man he dating, whatever.
Speaking of Kevin, just say Kevin Hart. Like, Kevin Hart is a whole fool, and they talk shit on his comedy shows. Rap artists talk shit, and again, these people aren't making millions from what they're doing, but social media is where you go to be your own personal celebrity. So I mean, it's like, should we really take, who should we hold accountable? The person that is presenting themselves as two different things, or what do you think?
I don't think that's the issue, because I get that, and I get the comedians are the comedians, and in their personal life, their dads and their moms and their this and that. I get that, so that's separating that. What she's saying is that she has a problem with the way he's representing himself. If she's got the issue, move around, sis. It's that easy.
That makes sense.
Instead of telling Pandora's box, you might want to tell him that.
Yeah, and that's
absolutely. That's my point.
Jeez, Kate. He said he was going to be serious and he came with it.
I'm tired of playing with y'all, man. I got to get my followers back up. How many I got, Jessica? Okay, so you said 4. You have a business page, right? So your business page, do you post the same stuff on your regular page? It's separate, right?
It's separate, but if I have business that I want my personal friends and family to know about and support me on, I'm going to put it on that platform.
Which one? The business page?
On both, business and personal. That's just how I connect it. Now, if I'm going off on somebody, I'm not going to put that on my business page.
Of course not.
Yeah, okay. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Yeah. And what you said is true. Instead of not saying that she should only talk to him, but instead of putting on Pandora's box, she should definitely talk to the individual about the situation.
He probably don't even know. He probably think he's just the funniest thing in the world.
He knows now. But she said she's kind of brought it up to him, and he said it's just his personality, and he treats her good. So she did bring it up to him. But then also what Jessica said,
you can't meet a girl then be like, you meet her in the club, then you fall in love. You can't go to the club no more. It don't work like that.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, it's only been 2 months. So yeah, he's going to be sweet in the beginning. Everybody is perfect in the beginning of a relationship. Mm-hmm. But if, again,
politicians,
his social media is giving her pause, he's sweet, but she's the one looking at it adversely.
Yeah.
So you think when you say she's the one looking at it adversely, what do you mean when you say that? You said that to say what?
She's got an issue with it. So all that other stuff could be good and roses and flowers and be as sweet as can be, but she still has a problem with his representation on social media. So her bringing up to him, she's already outweighing her options.
Yeah.
If it's been 2 months, sis, don't outweigh your options. Move around.
Yeah.
Make it simple for yourself. She's bringing an issue to something, or light to something that shouldn't even be an issue.
But do you think she's being too? And again, I see exactly what you're saying. If it's an issue for her, then she needs to address it. Who cares what anybody else thinks? If it's something that you feel, whatever. So I get that. But do you think she's being too harsh using that as an issue? Because I feel like when you date somebody, there's always going to be issues and reasons to leave, if that makes sense. There's always going to be a reason to leave.
It's always.
But it's not always reasons to take up on it. Like, maybe relax. If he's, I'm a complete different person on social media. Am I? Am I nice?
I mean, I don't know.
I'm
a vibe on and off this motherfucker.
This guy.
But
all 87 of them can tell you.
87 of y'all. I'm a vibe with all 87 of y'all.
But yeah, so that's the thing. Like because you have that, you have the right to be like, I'm done, red flagged, I'm out. I don't think this would be a good reason to automatically do. To me, though, that's just how
I don't think that's a red flag, but to her,
it's a red flag.
She takes the issue to it. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not that big of a deal, because a person is going to be who they are. And if she's seeing it's a problem now, that maybe later he'll be calling me out of my name or whatever, it's subjective.
So at what point do you, and this is the last question I'm going to ask, at what point do you take her at what point do you think she should take her red flag and understand that it's a problem that she has internally and not put it on somebody else? As if this is a precursor to him being X, Y, and Z, and understanding maybe it's her.
That's a whole different conversation. Because if she thinks she's gonna start getting that, I don't know.
You know what I'm saying, though, right?
She might be in that shit right now. You know what I'm saying? Cause
no, she not. Because she getting what she want. He's affectionate. He's sweet. He's helpful. All that other
what's
stuff.
Gonna happen is he's gonna make his posts. And he's going to click that button at the top to say everybody can see.
Ignore.
But her. And then her friends are going to be like, the nigga said this and I didn't see it. It's going to look like he been posting. But you ain't going to see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Then that's going to cause an issue. Like, just get out of that shit now.
I think
he's not going to change. Like,
He's not going to.
I think he
Him
should.
or her, even if it's a woman. Like if you tell, I want you to stop posting, like, what else?
I don't think if I think he should get out of it. I don't think it's mostly her, because if I was with a woman in a sense, or I hope, I would have the balls, I guess, to do it. But if I was with a woman and she came to me about my social media, you can only imagine how much worse it's going to get in the future if this is who you really are as a person. Like, I like to vibe and joke around, and then she takes all my shit serious, and now I'm over here explaining and defending myself
Social
over
media.
stuff I shouldn't. Yeah.
I mean, I get that.
Defending social media posts is something you do in high school and maybe college, right? As an adult, I don't feel like I need to explain and justify comments that I've made or something I said to somebody else. That's an elementary conversation we should have. And then now you think about it now, like, okay, we've been 2 months in and you're already commenting on stuff that I said to this, that, and the third. And like, we're not even at this point yet. Like, it's only going to get worse. So where are you at today? Why did you get home 10 minutes later? Why didn't you answer the phone when I called you? So it's only going to get worse. So I think on the flipping,
my phone, but you all on Facebook.
You know what I mean?
I wanted to talk to Facebook.
Somebody heard that before.
I wanted to talk to Facebook at the moment. You know what I'm saying?
or this line. I want to talk to Facebook. Or this line where what is it? Someone texts you like, why can't you respond? I saw you was on green. You ever had that?
I get that a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I get that a lot where I with an iPhone, it'll say that you read it.
Yeah.
iPhone just so that you look, you didn't read it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm driving. I can't read no shit that long. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in my truck. I didn't actually read it. You know what I'm saying?
I clicked off.
Okay. You know, that's all you got to say? Look, I'm not going to pull off on the highway and read it real quick. What you want me to do?
No, I think that would be more of if any of a red flag, I think that should be a red flag for him. As well as it being her, because that's something that he has to look forward to. And like you said, it only gets worse.
2 months. It's only been 2 months.
Yeah.
It's not
a lifetime.
Out here for some of these women who are serial daters, that absolutely might be a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's 2 months.
Let it marinate and see where it goes, right?
Let it see where it go.
Well, this is Socially Irresponsible, the podcast, episode 80. I am Damien, a.k.a. Maverick, the devil's advocate.
It's your boy KK, 81. Call me 87. That's how many friends I got on Facebook. Y'all need to start adding me ASAP. ASAP.
And then we have our special guest.
Some of Jessica's friends.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
We have our special guest again for the second week. This time y'all can hear her.
But the words are popping up, so if these motherfuckers can't read, we had a whole show they could have been reading.
Y'all could have been reading.
Y'all could have read the show 2 weeks ago instead of texting and interrupting. Look.
Introduce yourself, ma'am.
Wow. So, Jessica Michon. I own an agency here in San Antonio. I'm from Dallas. I've lived here for a couple years. I'm married. I have 2 kids, 2 dogs, and that's it. And
she even came with a new hairdo for us this week.
You know.
She was rocking the Erykah Badu very well. She
brought her shirts and shit, y'all.
Representation. Matter.
One shirt.
Yeah.
One shirt.
For her.
Just one.
And then we have a special cast
Y'all not
member.
gonna believe who here today.
Who is here with us. Go ahead and do your thing.
Hey.
There you go.
She been wanting to do that for so long.
She was at home.
If you come, you can do it.
She was practicing the whole drive here. Hey.
You come up here, you can do it.
It's okay. I got friends.
She drove on stall. Oh, man.
Yes. I like her.
So welcome back again, Miss Hay 3. Thank you for coming out. Again, that is the engineer, the producer of the show. So if you have any questions, put them in the comments and she will talk them out and we will respond to you that way. Explain this before you go into our, matter of fact, let's do our call to action right now because you don't have one. So we'll get the socially responsible call to action out of the way. If you want to follow us and listen to us live, you can catch us on Facebook. Or YouTube.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I don't have any.
You can catch it on Facebook or YouTube. Please make sure you hit the like button on our Socially Responsible page, and then also hit the bell on the YouTube page to get our notifications. You can also listen to our DSPs, which is our
Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, Podbean. I'm missing something, right?
Everywhere.
iHeart and everywhere. Yeah, so you can check us out on all those platforms.
We're
you
on
can
X
listen
videos,
to us.
Pornhub. What else we
Whoa.
on?
I thought you were gonna be serious today. I thought you were gonna be serious today. What happened with that?
We are on there.
Because he only has 87 friends.
You gotta grow this fan base back up.
And you about to lose them 87.
Oh man, talking about X video.
Pull up your history, and I bet you see that on somebody. Pull up your
She married. Of course she got porn on her phone. Of course. But yeah, so check us out on all those platforms. Make sure you download and subscribe and put some comments out there. Please share and just enjoy the show. We have a really good one for you. So as we keep on talking about these friends and or lack thereof, explain your situation.
I was once popping on social media. And last night, I want to say a Dallas Cowboy fan. Allegedly a Dallas Cowboy fan reported my page.
How they doing right now anyway?
I'm sure they're losing. As a Dallas Cowboy does. So anyway, I get a text message like saying, I tried to congratulate you, but it said user not found. And I was like, what do you mean? I get on my phone. Yeah, my shit is gone. Facebook sent a message telling me to send a photocopy of my ID and to get my page back.
Or else,
you know what I'm saying? So they said my page is deactivated.
What they say it said?
It said, what?
What they tell you it said?
They won't tell me what I did, though.
No. Who texted you and said they couldn't find you?
Oh, my cousin texted me.
And it said user not found?
Yeah, that's going to be my new Instagram name when I get back on Instagram. So, yeah, I was...
So if y'all see under...
basically, I realized I'm an attention whore. Because, like...
You just realized that, Kay?
I did,
Like,
bro.
like you just not noticeably realized that?
At about 3:30 this morning when I was up adding people. It's like, look, I'll just sit, add. I went all the way down, add. I'm like, I can't do this, man.
You need help.
I probably shouldn't even get back on Facebook.
You need help, man.
Yeah, I do.
Your 83 friends won't miss you.
I miss them, though.
If you never get on again, you'll be fine, man.
I'm going to delete it then.
Yeah, you
Bye.
might as well go ahead and get off, man. But no, so yeah, whoever, whatever Dallas Cowboy friend
You got
did
me.
that.
That was a good one.
I told you brought it on yourself because you're always talking about spamming other people's accounts when they say something.
I just be joking, though. I've never done it.
They were too, haha.
Yeah, I'm finna do it too, though.
What's today's date? It's Saturday, some date?
16.
Sunday,
The 16th. So they had it is Sunday. That's it, Saturday. All in one day on some football shit. The NFC East is removed from the playoffs, huh?
What's the data score?
It's somebody if you're watching, let us know what the Dallas Cowboys score is.
It's a lot to a little. Oh no, they came back already.
Oh, did it?
20. That's a good game. 23-16.
23-16. All right, we'll see what it is. So anyway, so on our show, we had a conversation maybe about a month ago, and we had, I believe, we had some women in some. You mind if I say female?
Does that bother you?
Does that bother you? Not at all.
Why would that bother me if that's who I am?
But a lot of people say a lot of women say it's derogatory.
Can you say the word? Try one more time.
Derogatory term. She had me nervous. She was looking in my eyes. She was looking in my eyes. I can't mess this up. I can't mess this up.
That nigga got nerve. He's over there shaking and shit. You okay, man?
Don't look Prince in his eye.
You good?
Like, oh shit.
You good? She punked the shit out of you on accident.
Didn't even know it.
So derogatory?
But, yeah.
No,
it's not,
I don't. No, that's who I am. That's what I was born. Why would that be a problem? There's a lot of people out here that want to be female. So
You know what? That's the other thing I wanted to have a question with you about. So remember, Brianna, make sure we talk about transgender on our docket. I want to make sure I bring that up with her as well. So the reason, I guess a lot of women say that because what do they say? When men are mad at women, they often call them like, oh, female. Oh, you like a female dog type shit. So when they hear female, to them, it triggers them or makes them feel like they're being called a bitch or something derogatory in that term. But I've never called a woman a female to be derogatory. I always use the term bitch. I'm just saying.
Because I got to be serious. She laughed too, though.
I did. Because if I'm having a conversation with another female that's my friend, and it's, bitch, you see what happened?
Yeah.
I'm not going to take offense to that. There's a tone to everything. And I'm not offended by the definition. I'm the very definition of a female. Why would I take offense to that?
And that's how I feel, when it comes to the word. But again, to avoid that conversation to have, we just try to say woman. But I'm glad I can say
being sensitive and in their feelings. That's to pick and choose your battles.
Oh, I wish she was here right there. Oh, I wish she was here. She'd be so hurt.
Some beige rage going on here, boy.
Yeah.
So we could use female again today on this set.
I still use it.
No, yeah. Well, we don't have to think about women. We can just talk.
So I've never cussed no girl out. Like, you got me fucked up, female. Don't even sound tough. Get your weak ass from right. Girl, this nigga called me.
This nigga called his little weak ass nigga. Yeah, so we're gonna go back. I guess for the day, since we can't get cussed out by other women, we're gonna just go back to female. No disrespect for any of you females out here watching. We
Beige might be a little disrespectful though. I don't know. I don't know if I'm comfortable with that yet.
Really?
No. Sir.
Oh, okay. No, you used to it. I'm gonna say that the rest of the show. Beige rage. Look. That's beige rage right there.
No, I just need to check your friends to see how many you got.
So the conversation we had last week was, I guess a month ago, it was about a common question that comes up often. And it was, do women control the access to, a woman control the access to sex and men control the access to marriage? Which in my opinion is a very disrespectful comment. Speak your shit. Who want to go?
Wait, why is it disrespectful?
It's basically saying that women literally have no control over their destiny, so to speak. And I think that is something that we as people are trying to get away from.
I mean, it's a couple of women out here proposing, but this is it, though.
But again, it's more of a... Go ahead.
So,
It's a few of y'all out here on y'all knees.
Speak your shit. Whoa.
Women have control to sex and men have control to marriage.
Yeah.
And women don't have control over their destiny, but I absolutely know what I'm sitting on. Quite literally. Think about it. I love how the room was quiet.
Yeah.
No, when you said when you said what you're sitting on, my mind went to X porn,
No.
X video.
But take it there. If a woman knows her power, you can't tell me. There's no way. If I wasn't married, there's no way I would be out here struggling.
This is the thing. I'm kind of on your tip with that. So KK believes that saying, and we've had the conversation before. And a lot of people in this world believes that women control sex, men control marriage, right? And that's an easy conversation. I don't think men control marriage as much as we think we do. So a lot of people are getting the conversation wrong. Just because a man traditionally is the one who asks a woman to get married, it doesn't mean that they control that, right? A woman is controlling you to ask them, right? Because as much as men think that we're asking someone because we want to marry them, they've planted that seed years ago, right? Because a man never theoretically, a man can live years. Because theoretically, I feel a man can go their whole life in a relationship and never get married. Yeah. Marriage is nothing that we aspire to, right? So again, that's just
y'all fairy tale.
Yeah, you know what I mean. And then the thing is like, so say for instance, I'm with a woman, in this case, a female, right? And we're waiting to say that.
Female.
So this time me and a female.
So me and that female, right? We dating, and then the thing is that she is going to do what she feels she wants to do to get us to where we need to be at, in a sense, right? To get that man, she's going to. Even when it comes to marriage, she's going to leave him. She's going to leave wedding books around places, talk to her friends to have conversations with her about it, to put it in our head so we can have the notion and the idea that she wants me to marry her and that I need to pretty soon ask her. Or she'll even give that ultimatum like, okay, we've been doing this for 7 years. What are we going to do? Are we gonna keep on playing house, or are we gonna get married? So I mean, all these things that women do to get that to happen, because women are really the ones controlling more than what I think some women realize.
The way that I heard it and the way that it was brought to me, a woman marries somebody that she is comfortable with. A man marries somebody he can't live without.
That makes sense.
I don't think that has anything to do with...
Hold on, say that one more time. That was deep. Say that one more time.
A woman marries somebody that she's comfortable with and can see stability with. A man marries somebody that he can't live without.
I think that is perfect when marriage is done in the right way.
In the right way, yes. However, everything is subjective and everybody is out for themselves. So you have to be mindful of that. If a woman is using her body to control a man to get him to marry her, it's not founded on anything. Because when her body gives out, when she is unhealthy because we get sick or whatever, what's going to keep that man there?
But I don't think a woman will just use their body to get a man. Like, it's not just a sexual type deal.
Right.
They'll use
That's what I'm
it in those bad situations. Right. Yeah. But in the good, so let's talk about let's not talk about the bullshit people out there. Let's not talk about them. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about, the good situations, like where marriage means something. I think women, they're the ones that aspire to marriage. And that's how I feel. And that's just I was never taught to go marry a woman and make her happy. Or, that was never nothing that most men were taught. We were taught, man, you go out there, get all them bitches, like that's the ugly side of all of them. Like that's the sad truth of it, where women are taught to be, you're going to be a beautiful wife and you're going to have several kids and you're going to have beautiful kids, you're going to make a man happy one day. No one's like, hey, you're going to make a woman happy, sir. Like, nah, you're going to make a lot of women happy. You're going to get them.
There's a difference between being a bride and a wife and being a man and the head of the household and a husband. Mm-hmm. There's a vast difference. And I think people...
Explain that to us.
Anybody can be a bride.
True.
But being a wife is a ministry.
Oh, she getting deep in this.
There's a man. You're a man. You're a man. But it takes... The Bible says that a husband leads the house. Mm-hmm. A wife is to be submissive to her husband because he leads her under the guile and the protection of God. That's marriage. Anything outside of that, you're putting more shit into it that doesn't need to be there. It's simple.
I don't like them words though.
On another conversation,
because I want a wife. I don't want a slave. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. On another,
I don't like the submissive and do what I said as a. I don't need all that.
So
you're taking submissive very negative,
right?
Yeah, but it's a negative word.
Submission. No,
it's not. It's a word.
Because if a husband is doing everything that he needs to do as far as leading the household, it should be easy for the wife to submit. Wife, not woman with a power trip, not woman on a mission, not woman out to get whatever she can get. Submission is easy if it's set up for her to submit. That doesn't mean I have to be a slave. No, if this man is taking care of me and if my husband is taking care of me in every aspect in the way that a husband should protect, profess, and provide for me as his wife, why would I not feed this man? Why would I not make sure that he's satisfied? Why would I not make sure that I go out of my way to please him? Because he's making sure that I'm safe, I'm protected. I don't have to worry about nobody else. I don't have to live for nobody else because he's my everything and he's here under the guile of God.
And we're talking about we're not talking about just any marriage or anything. We're talking about the marriages where the man is doing as he's supposed to do, which is giving her the comfortability to where she can just live her life and give it all to him and be like, I'll follow you and you can lead me and everything is good. But when it comes so being submissive in that sense is a must. But I also think that submissive aspect and trait will come on both sides, because sometimes there's situations where the woman, baby, I got this, and then sometimes the man, we have to learn to put our guard down and be like, all right, baby, you got this. I'll follow your lead.
It goes back to what you said earlier. A lot of men are not taught how to let their guard down or how to be vulnerable. I tell my boys, I have 2 boys, 17 and 18. I tell them all the time, like, you're gonna get married. You want a wife that's going to cook for you, provide for you. but I'm not going to not teach them how to cook and how to clean, because they'll starve until they'll meet a wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make sure they're ready. But this is what you need to look for. They have to have that example. If women, my generation, because I grew up in the 80s, shout out to the 80s babies.
Crack epidemic. Sorry.
No. Pause. Hard pause.
Good with the bad. That's what it was. 81.
No. But I mean, there weren't fathers in the home. There wasn't a father in our home. So
Crack epidemic.
Our mom worked. You know what I'm saying? So yes, I know how to work and provide for my kids and be the strong, single, black female mom or whatever. But I also have to show my kids a softer side in that and be there to check the homework or to show up to the school or to let them know it's okay to cry. Because a lot of men aren't taught that. So then they step into their 30s and their early 20s and they're dating, and these women fall in love with these men who are facades of men under the guile of, I'm supposed to be married, I'm supposed to be a wife, I'm supposed to have this. And they're creating these fantasies that aren't there.
I think that's a big thing that a lot of women find themselves doing. But it also sucks because when women get to that age of 30, in a sense, they're now fighting against their biological clock. So it's almost to the point where they feel like they have to, whoever this next person is when I'm 33 years old, he's going to be that guy. We're going to make sure and find out if it works. And that's why a lot of women are rushing relationships and rushing babies. Because I've been in situations where someone's like, so I want to have a baby within the next couple of years. And when I hear that, that's a red flag for me. Because at this point, you're looking for a place setter, so to speak, as opposed of looking for that person who is the person that you want to be with. Because again, you're fighting time.
I think a lot of women now are kind of going against the grain in that sense of, I don't have to have kids or a man to be happy because I have my degree. And because it's taken me longer to go to school and be successful and be on my entrepreneurship running my business and making a name for myself. I think women are more okay because of the negative and the failed, and I'm dependent on a man for this, and so they've had to build themselves up to be independent. But that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because that divide degree really goes a long way, right? I'm just joking.
I didn't get what you said. What you say?
Nothing. And I said, because that divide degree really goes a long way.
I don't know nobody that's going to
Mulan.
You went to nail school? I just finished my degree from Milan. Like, Milan, you went to nail school.
You got that associates from St. Philip's.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, honestly,
it's not. It's really
nothing
not.
wrong with that, because if I could sit and do nails and get $100 for a pair of hands, like
Most of them nail techs, like working for themselves, making over 100,000, doing that stuff from the house
easily,
straight cash.
You figure somebody dough kicked in.
The government knows. They know. Everybody knows.
I'm talking about these niggas. 100,000.
Like,
Nail tech, huh?
cosmetology school. Do you know how much it is for a full set of lashes? Like, and women will pay that.
$300-$400.
Like, seriously, it's $150 for a face of makeup, bridal makeup.
Yeah, no, it's breeding.
Like,
It's breeding
crazy.
to it. Yeah.
So that's not necessarily a bad investment. So
Well,
talk about Milan and Dubai all you want to.
Might apply
You
Milan.
might need to go in and enroll.
Cake and whole dark skin ass nigga. Straight teeth over there doing niggas' nails.
87 more friends. It'll be 87 more friends in your class. You'll have 87 more friends. So we'll double you.
So going back full circle to the beginning of the conversation about women controlling access to sex. Do you believe in that part? Women controls access to sex.
Yes.
Access to it?
Yes.
Yes. Controlling it? No.
Me
So
and
you don't-
Me and you walk in the club. We not a couple. We just go hang out. We go to the club. Who gonna walk out with some?
So you change your mind, right?
You control that access. Like, I have to work for it. Y'all don't.
I think women should control access to sex because the only alternative is rape. So when you're talking about the access to sex, like that's a no-brainer to me. Yeah. And that's just because the alternative is just nasty, right? So that's an easy conversation. Women should control their access to sex. They should control their body.
So if women control the access, why do men control the act?
I think men define, what do you mean by the act? Like
the act of sex. intimacy, relations.
Men control the act of intimacy because women.
The act of sex.
Men control the act of sex because women require more than men when it comes to sex. Does that make sense?
I can see that.
Men don't require much to get off.
No.
Did you feel the wind?
I'm done. I'm good.
I'm talking about I need some R&B. I hear police sirens. Let's go.
Don't say it again. Don't say that. Don't say that at all. Don't say that. No more.
The little way, right?
Officer.
No, don't say that. No more.
This nigga ready to fuck the missiles, officer. In the car driving. No, that's the song.
That's my jam. Got me a little hot and bothered. But yeah, men don't require that much when it comes to sex. Mm-mm. And also when it comes to women, in my opinion, women don't. And this is not me being very negative. So just understand what I'm saying.
Be negative, just not very negative.
Okay, so there you see where I'm going with this.
Okay.
So women don't really bring a lot when it comes to sex. Like it's not really so much that y'all can do, right? One woman.
I'm sorry.
No, hear me out. And I'm talking about women as a whole, right? So speaking of holes, right? You all have one, right? And they're pretty similar, right? There is, and when we're having sex with women, it's pretty much going to be the same across the board. You know what I mean? Women have experienced more bad sex from men than men have experienced from women, because men, we come in all different size, shapes, forms. We come in all different rhythms, motions, want, will, you know what I mean? So it's like we control more of it when it comes to sex. Y'all literally have to lay there and just enjoy what we're doing.
If somebody is just laying there, females don't.
Yeah, that's
females.
Don't play dead.
don't just lay there. Stop. It's 2022. Don't.
But does that make sense though? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Let her finish telling these women. Let her finish telling these women all that. Y'all can build
absolutely not.
Fold up like pretzel, and you just want to lay down.
I'm doing my all.
You look like an Annie's pretzel up in this motherfucker.
So you don't feel that woman that woman?
My thing, and I can't speak for all the women, but for me, I'm going to be respectful. I'm not going to put everything out there, but I don't understand why women cannot enjoy the act of sex just as much as a man does, or be as active as a man is. I don't understand why that's taboo.
Truth.
If a woman is just laying there, if I'm a fly on the wall, I'm flapping my wing. I'm going to land on, what was the dude had the fly landed on?
Pence.
Yeah, I'm
Pence.
going to be the fly on. Come on, boo, get up, put your clothes on, get up, don't do that, get up. Because it's a waste, sex is beautiful. I don't understand why it shouldn't be taboo. It shouldn't be restrictions and stuff placed on it. If
Before you go into no, that's a whole other conversation, and that is complete truth. So when I say just lay there, just like women don't, and anyone in the comments, let me know how you feel about what I'm saying when it comes to this, and men, especially men, because a lot of men aren't going out talking about this. Her sex is trash. Like a lot of men aren't going out like a lot of men aren't going out talking about women and their sex is trash, or their sex, or their. If anything, it's like
talk just as much as women do.
But that's not the conversation we're having. We'd be like, oh yeah, I hit in the first hour. Like that's the conversation we're having. We're not talking about like, because at the end of the day, we've nutted. So like we're good. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't take a lot for us to get to where we got to get to, right? But when it comes to a woman, again, like KK said, they need a good R&B. Not every woman want to be kissed. They want to be, made out, want to be, warmed up and gone down on. And there's a lot of things that a woman wants to be kissed on the neck. So it's not just more about the penetration. It's more about the whole intimacy of this, of the experience.
It's mental stimulation.
A nigga can go and spend $20 at the strip club and be solid, right?
You don't like to be kissed on?
I don't mind being kissed on, but I don't need it. That's what I'm saying.
Who hurt you?
No, you can't just have me, nigga. You got to kiss on me, nigga.
Okay.
What I look like, nigga? The kiss on my neck, my head. You better act like you want me, motherfucker.
Attention whore.
I am. I am.
But no, but that's the thing. Like, and I think that's the difference in it. But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
That is 100% true what you're saying. But when it comes to the access, that's why I feel like the access is on women because, again, the alternative is rape. So it has to be on women, and then of course women.
Or her just saying no.
Huh? No. Of course she. But
okay.
but if she says no,
alternative.
I mean, if we're talking about if you're having sex, yeah. But it's just one of those things to where. Yeah, anyway, that's what it is. But now when it comes to marriage, that's where I feel like women have more control than people give. Instead of saying that men have all the control to marriage, men traditionally have control to asking if you want to get married.
You right about that.
But the reason why we ask is because they're wanting us to ask.
You know what? You right. Women control that too. Now that I think about it,
You know what I mean?
A nigga asked and be engaged for 15 years. She like, what? Like, come on, man.
We're solid.
Like, what you doing now? Cause we can be engaged for 34 years. Let me be 60. Let me go and make her. I'm done.
Exactly.
We having a retirement party. We're having a retirement party and engagement party the same day.
Been engaged.
They not married yet?
No.
Who?
Chrissy and Jim Jones.
You for real?
They are not married.
I don't know. They didn't kiss his mama, so I don't know if.
No. Let's talk about that. He didn't kiss his mama. Man.
That's what he said he didn't do after he said he did it.
So Angela Yee or somebody said, you kissed your hand. Like, come on, man, that's my mama. Like, he's saying that's my mama. Like, no, I didn't kiss my mama.
That's not what he said. Did you see the original interview?
Yes, man. You gotta listen to it.
No, he came back when he was getting his hair braided and said I was joking. But when the original conversation was had,
he said, yes, my mama taught me how to kiss. This
Yeah.
and that. They was like, your mama. I mean, somebody said like, you kiss your mama. He was like, come on, that's my mama. Like,
oh, okay.
nah, I didn't kiss my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you could tell he was playing.
I got it differently. I got it that he kissed that.
Is that what you got out of that, or you ain't heard it?
Yeah.
I don't entertain myself with stuff like that.
I like Jim Jones as a person. I think he dope as shit. He's a real stand up guy to me. But
But him and Chrissy been engaged.
I thought they was married.
Years. No.
in Texas they would have been common law like a bitch.
After 6 months, absolutely.
Yeah. So you understand when I say about the access to marriage when it comes to women, right?
Yeah.
So and that's why I think people get that conversation mixed up. But anyway, so talk your shit, Michonne. Let's talk about you, okay? So we have you on the show again for the second time with audio, so you can hear. You are a mogul in this model industry.
Gosh.
I'm putting you up on Tyra Banks status. I'm putting you on. Okay.
I need somebody to give me her money.
All right, so I'm putting you on Tyra broke
I
status.
asked you to borrow some money, so I guess I can't ask you to borrow.
Tyra Inc. status or something.
And
We're
you
gonna put you
can't
on.
borrow no friends either.
You ain't gonna send no friends my way. Hey, whoever on this live listening, please add me on
do
Facebook.
that.
I don't have no friends.
Don't-
He ain't got no account, no name, so he still ain't got no friends.
Don't
User
add
not
him.
found. That's my new name. User not found.
Put it up there, Bree.
Talk your shit.
Yeah, talk your shit. So explain everything that you had a flyer like 2 weeks ago, but we ain't even update that or since you kind of messed up the show. But model, you were a model.
I am.
You
active model.
and you're also on the other end of modeling with the model agency. So you're also booking others and yourself, correct?
Yes.
Some headshots. Send them your way.
What
You ain't look out for me.
lost
Look out
15
for
friends off that right there. What
You would have to build your social media, sir.
build your presence, right? So speak. Tell us more about yourself.
I mean, it's really nothing to it. Like
Don't be bad. Don't be modest.
No,
don't be
I mean,
bashful.
seriously, like I saw a need, so I created a lane. You wouldn't think in San Antonio there being a lot of opportunity for Black women. Y'all see light skin.
Who thinks there's a lot of opportunity for Black women in San Antonio?
Not.
I don't
just
think
saying,
anyone thinks that.
There's
Yeah.
not. There's absolutely not. You know, I
Not
got
at all.
tired of being. I was with the agency and was with them for a year, and they're no longer in business, so I can say that. But
Was it local or was it
It was
somewhere?
local.
Okay.
and sending me on jobs where they're wanting models to be 5'2" and curvaceous with deep wave hair, and I show up looking like this, and I don't have that, and I'm 5'9". So you're sending me on jobs that I can't even book. So it was just a waste of time. And I got tired of seeing the same faces and the same shows that the same people were putting on in the same venues. And it was like, there's got to be more to this.
Explain real quick when you say they're putting you on shows, jobs that you couldn't book.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
Like I said, wanting Latinas with long hair, it was always the opposite or the extreme opposite. Either Latinas 5'2", 5'5", curvy with booty and body and long hair, or the real dark skin, Alekwe, Naomi Campbell-esque type models. And I'm in the middle of that. Like there was never an opportunity for me.
And they would send you on shows like that, or to
casting,
to casting.
to book shows. Yes,
But 5'2" though. Like,
that's what they
5'2", and what was the other word you used?
Curvy.
5'2", Danny DeVito, right? Like,
Kirkwood,
the penguin and shit. What they looking for?
Groot.
Well, I mean, but you have to. We're in San
This
Antonio.
tall.
5'2", 5'5".
With curves.
Because most
Like,
Latinas are not
Those
tall.
exist.
They do.
And they do exist.
5'2"
I didn't know
exists.
that. I
Beautiful.
didn't know that.
And they do exist.
I
But
didn't know
you
that.
can be curvy and have a waist. You can be curvy and plus and fit and plus and healthy. They're out there. But nobody is booking them because this industry is very subjective and very shallow. So if I want what I want it, and if you're not going to do what I need you to do, I can go out here and find somebody else to do it.
Millions of something. I'll find one out of a million.
Yeah, I'll find somebody else to do it.
So going on those shows, I would only assume going on those. I don't understand why they would send something that
Because
they're
it's
not
an
looking
agency.
for to a casting call when they specify exactly what they want.
Yeah.
Because at the time, if an agent doesn't know what they're doing and they're looking to send representation for their agency and it's
Okay.
agency based, let me get my name out there and not I'm looking out for the model, then that's why you have situations like that.
So it's someone that is bringing their name to the casting as opposed to an actual person.
Correct.
So, okay, that makes sense. That's selfish. So when it comes to stuff like that, and this is like an honest question because I can only imagine how much it would, especially for someone who's an attention whore like someone I know, I can only imagine how much that would kill like your self-esteem and kill your
It absolutely
everything.
is.
And not just you, but in the industry for all the models out there, if that's a
Again,
practice
the
that's being
industry
done.
is very shallow. You could be putting together a show for Dream Week this year, and my agency is all inclusive. We represent everybody: men, women, older models, younger models, at least 16 and up.
The pronouns too? Y'all represent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just checking. Pronouns. Them. Those. They.
So it's very. I could look for or want all models 5'7" and taller, and then based on the show that I'm producing, if I'm a producer, and it be to a certain demographic, it changes. But somebody who doesn't know the industry just knows I'm cute and somebody said that I should model, and because I put my lashes on today, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna book this job.
Not
But
gonna
if you
happen.
don't fit it, it's not for you. So you're kind of wasting your time. A lot of people don't understand that. I can walk into a room and it's going to sound real shallow for me to say this. I can walk into a room and look how I look and still sit in my car and not book the job because I'm just not what they want.
Yeah.
But I have to know me to know it's subjective.
How do you handle that? Like knowing you look as you look, like I know I'm a bad bitch, right? And I'm going to this casting call, coming to find out you're not even on the realm of what they're wanting in their ad. And then you're getting basically shot down because I'm pretty sure it's not as simple like, oh man, I'm sorry, you're not the one for this, or however they communicate that to you. How do you manage that emotion or that situation?
That's personal and it's mental, and you have to know for sure who you are. If you're not confident when you walk into a room and they tear you down and you let them tear you down, it's an inside job.
But with modeling, there's one shot and you can you
That-
make
it
it off of
depends.
one? So I have the
Absolutely.
type of attitude that you can tell me 100 times as long as I know if I get one motherfucking opportunity to blow,
That's
I'm
all
gonna
it takes.
keep doing it then.
But that's all it takes.
You can tell me
That's all it
100
takes is
times. I could care less then.
That's absolutely what I tell my models, because not only
I should
do
be a
I
model coach.
not
Girl,
no
girl, keep
No.
getting them no's.
no no
You a hater
No.
in real life.
in real life, in all the way in real life. No, seriously. So that's what, okay. So my agency being all inclusive, I get a lot of the newer models, fresh models who are not used to the industry. So you have to teach them and you have to coach them. So when they do get the no, okay, now we know what not to do. So when you go to your next casting or when you go to your next booking, don't do what you did the first time to get the no. Do the opposite. If you listen to what I'm teaching you, if you listen to what my talent director is telling you, you'll book the show or at least be seen in enough light to get a call back. We're not real sure about you. We want to see this, or maybe we want to see you in a different light. And then maybe we'll go from there. But it's all subjective. If you have a hoodie line and I walk in with stilettos and a mini skirt that may not fit your line, that may not fit your collection. But if I walk in with ripped jeans, some booties, some Timbs or something, and I'm rocking a hoodie in, you already seeing your product on me. It depends on what you want. It's very subjective.
Yeah.
Do you go with them to the shoots or you just send them?
Sometimes I will, but I don't want to be the blanket. Like, I don't want them to be Linus and get used to having the comfort there. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta
get it on your own.
Yeah.
Because when you sign that major deal, you're not going to take my hand. You're not going to hold my hand.
Jessica, who?
Absolutely.
Jessica,
So all I
who?
can do is give you the nuggets and the tools that I have and hope that you take what you need, discard what you don't to build your career. Because essentially a model is in a career for themselves.
So are you just accepting the 5'2" or you mess with everybody?
Everybody.
So everybody can be a model?
No. Everybody cannot be a model.
But she's not just looking at one specific.
Absolutely. So I don't want just the size 2 straight up and down, no boobs, no waist, no butt. I don't want that. I want somebody who looks like me to walk in the door and see, dang, like, okay, like I got an opportunity.
You can
I
look
got a
like
shot.
anything, but if you ain't confident, though, it don't even matter, right?
And
That's the big thing.
it.
You gotta take control of that room when you walk in it.
That's it. You have to. I have a model that's 5'2", and her walk when she first came to us was horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna call her by name, but I have a lot of new models, a lot of new people, so they're not gonna be the caliber of where I am or where my talent director is. But her walk, I promise, this baby walks like she's 8 feet down the runway.
Now.
Okay. Because she's had the training and she's been signed with us for almost a year. It'll be a year at the end of January. Because we've given her the nuggets and she's heard the no, and where you're too short or you're too petite or, oh, you're so cute. She's taken that and she could have been like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. I will never let a model quit on themselves. Absolutely not. If I see potential in you, that potential is there. And all you gotta do is work with them.
Do you also advocate, like, say, for instance, going to different companies that are looking for a specific type of model? Are you also advocating for a broader demographic of models, or are you just trying to still fit their bill when they're asking for?
You have to advocate. I've been on the phone several times. As a matter of fact, there's a show in Houston going on right now, or they should be in hair and makeup for the show right now, where I had to advocate for my older male models. I had to advocate for my older male models to cast for the show. How do they walk? Well, he's real gray. He's real, silver foxes are in. If I'm going to Houston and I know it's going to be Houston women at the show, I'm going to send my guys that can represent, because they're going to boost the show. In being a manager and being an agent, you have to advocate for your people, because you're the one putting confidence in your models, in your group, for them to go and cast anyway. Okay. So I'm going to push you, because not only are you representing me, you're representing yourself. I have to test them. I have to see where they can go. I have to push them to see where their limit is. If I push too hard, then they'll tell me.
I'm going to see you in a year, I promise you. What'd you tell me on the phone yesterday? What we talk about?
Oh yeah,
What you say?
We ain't nothing.
What you say?
Nothing. Hey,
God, tell her what you said.
January 2023, y'all gonna have a whole new Nelly and Timberland in this thing. That's all. That's all we gotta say. Yeah. That's all we gotta say. Period.
Okay, so what was your question?
Your loss. You know what I'm saying? Your loss. Your model agency loss.
I was gonna say, so, because I remember we talked about, and again, I know this just from just common sense type deal. When you have a lot of model agencies and people trying to find what they want to find, you have a lot of men asking women to be the woman that they want, which is funny because does anybody remember Robert Townsend movie? What was that movie? Robert Townsend, Hollywood Shuffle.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I just watched a documentary on that.
And on Netflix. Yeah, no. And then so he had that one part where the white directors were teaching the black guys how to be more black and how to talk with more soul.
Yeah.
So I feel like the modeling industry is a lot of men asking for women to be more of a woman.
Yes.
And so when you have a situation like that, how much of that industry parallels to what is going on in reality with how women are being treated out there?
It absolutely. Okay.
Does that make sense?
No, it does, because you have men. Men are more vocal and very blunt. Mm-hmm. Well, your boobs aren't big enough. Your butt isn't big enough. Give me somebody who will work. Like that. It's real straight, no chaser. But there are women in the industry who will tell another woman, well, her hips are too big or her thighs she's too thick. And I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense to me. A man, I can see it because that's all, he's visual. But for a woman to tell another girl who's in her teens or 20s or just now trying to figure out herself that she's too thick,
that'll crush her, right?
It'll crush her.
Yeah.
Like you and I don't want to be that, and that's not to take away from what anybody else does, because what they do well for their demographic and for their audience. But I don't want anyone to walk away from me or my agency or my name and say that they were crushed.
But if it's true though, like why wouldn't you not tell them?
It's not marketable, because if my demographic is size 2 and straight up and down, no curves, no body, but then I get this model that comes to me and she's Latina and thick, I don't know what to do with her.
So why don't
they don't take the challenge?
Why don't they just find a place for her as opposed to making her what?
Because it's easier for me to say that there's something wrong with you than to challenge me as an agency and to create a lane for you.
So how much of that is it on, not just on the asshole agency or the whoever's putting on the production, whatever you call it? I don't know the modeling jargon, but how much is it on the guy that's dissing or the woman that's dissing the model, as opposed to it being on the model understanding that this is the nature of the business and to have that confidence and that self-esteem to just brush it off, which is a lot easier said than done. But
that's where the coaching comes in, because if I'm new to this and I'm going on my first casting and somebody turns me away because I've always had this body and I don't know how to change it, and you're not telling me what to do to make it better, I'm gonna take it personal. But then that's where the coaching comes in to say, no, understand, it's not you, it's this show, or it's this ad, or it's this campaign. It takes nothing away from who that person is individually. But again, you're taking these new age, I don't even want to say millennials, what generation XYZ we're in, are so sensitive. They're sensitive to
They're very sensitive.
Yeah.
You can't tell them
my kids
nothing.
are sensitive as fuck. Like, I don't get it.
I don't understand.
My daughter can miss a jump and just be on there. Like, if you don't get your...
I don't understand.
Like,
I don't
the whole team
understand.
cheering, she just like this.
Yeah.
Put that shit behind you. Like,
I don't understand. Because in my age, if you miss a dance step, you better get back on that
and go.
floor count.
Even when she played volleyball, like, she miss it. I like, why you sitting on the bench? You took yourself out the game. Like,
yeah, like it's crazy.
What are you doing?
They're so sensitive, so you have to know how to navigate feelings, because feelings are important now. But then in me coming up, it was like, okay, no, we'll call you.
I was in 7th grade. The coach was calling us hoes. Say, like,
for real.
I'm playing like a hoe. I was like, you want to chill? You want to fucking play football? Like, I thought I wanted to play football.
I guess I want to cheer.
I don't know, sir. Like, God, you do that to one of these kids, they fucking kill themselves, man.
My daughter has, and this is, I shouldn't say it, but I'm going to because I don't care. My daughter had somebody bully her in school, right, recently. And he got removed from school, and they just recently brought him back. And I was pissed off about it, but I know how kids are going to be. So I was like, it's just what it is. It's going to be tough. Don't worry about it. This is how you defend yourself, right? So then I was asking her about it. I picked her up the day after, and then I got her in the car. She said, I had a hard day, and she started crying. And I was like, why? She said, because the guy that was kicked out of school and bullied me, he was back today, and she had to see him in school. And so she was kind of like, everyone's asking why he was out, and she knew, but she knew how to handle it, right? So I'm like, man, that sucks. I was like, so tell me more about it. What's going on? I was like, who is this guy? Tell me, So she was like, yeah, he's about my height, and he's like, little whatever built. And yeah, I said, I don't know why you're mad, which is her sister. Older sister. I don't know why you're mad. He's a little bit shorter than you. He's like my size, skinny. And then she said he has a little arm, right?
Oh my God!
was
So was it Mike Epps? That Mike Epps on? Remember when he used to do that little chicken wing?
Yeah.
No.
So he had like in a sling and stuff, right? So I was like,
sling
for like because it's just his situation he's in his life. So I was like, baby, you're afraid of him? I was like, all you gotta do is push him down. His leverage ain't nothing. I was like, this is what it is. You have to understand. Like you have to understand, it's like you can't just be. And the reason why I said it is because you can't just be afraid of everything, right? There's situations in life where you need to have that caution, and there's situations in life where we're gonna put too much stress and too much pressure on it, and it doesn't need it. And I'm telling her, like, this guy can't even defend himself. He's smaller than you. He's just talking noise. Let him talk. And you have to understand the situation, the type of kid he is. That's what he's going to do. He doesn't have it all there. Don't take it personal. Don't take it serious like it's something that you're doing.
I take it personal. I'm that parent that when the school don't tell you shit, like, they gonna tell you who it is.
No, see, that's different.
I'll be like, okay, so
he gonna tell me who it is.
I got a lot of I have a lot of cousins in my family, so their kids will be up here. You know what I'm saying? It's like
somebody gonna handle
somebody their age gonna be up there whoop that motherfucking ass. You don't tell me what they got to be handled.
Yeah.
That's totally different because now that's my child.
Yeah.
Now I have a problem with everybody up here, and everybody up here gonna know I have a problem.
Yeah.
I just went off on my. I shouldn't say this.
No, say it. Look,
I just went off on.
I just call it. I just talk about little kids' hand.
You opened up a Pandora's box. I'm not going to talk about that baby because everybody has something. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And everybody should be able to defend themselves.
I just know my daughter ain't get whooped by a nigga with one arm.
Don't do that. Don't. So.
She's not.
School. The teacher is more concerned about where my son sat versus her assisting him and teaching him the subject that she signed on and volunteered to teach. So I had to let her know, it seems to me, ma'am, that you are more concerned about classroom rules and your classroom etiquette than you putting your degree to use. Because my son has expressed that he doesn't understand what you're teaching. And me as an active parent, because you're not going to treat him like he's seat number 12 because he has a name and he has a mom who's going to put her whole foot in his behind if he don't go to that school and represent me the way that I raised him. So now not only are you dealing with him, you got to deal with me. So what are we going to do here? I still haven't got a response from her. Okay, no response. Let me go to the counselor.
Hold on, time out.
Let me forward these emails.
Did you just make up that conversation? Or is that basically you said it just like that to her?
Just like that.
So that was verbatim. That wasn't nothing. That wasn't off. Wow.
Verbatim.
Wow. Okay.
No, just like I told my son, she has the right and the wrong one. Don't. If I'm forcing my son and I can stay on my son consistently about being on time, not acting a fool at the school, not giving me a reason to go up there negatively, and I'm taking off of work to ensure that me and you are on the same page.
You're holding everybody accountable.
Everybody, because if the counselor can't do nothing, we go on to the AP. And if the AP can't do nothing, then Mr. Principal, I need the conversation with you.
I have several stories that I can get into, and we're not going to get into them about my child and their schooling. People listening, add your stories into the comments. I'm curious as into what other people are going through when it comes to their kids and COVID schooling. When it comes to these teachers,
horrible. I think they're using excuses now. Like I can't fault nobody for being sick, but I wasn't feeling good. Like, take your time. You don't feel good. That's fine.
it's not even COVID. They just weak. Like when my son was in school, I drive out of town every day, and I like that was my number one rule. Please don't let me call till I gotta turn this truck around and come up here. And he just doesn't listen. He's so bad. Like, you got a whole degree in this shit. Like, I know he bad. Like, what do you do to kids that's bad? Like, she was like, what do you want me to do? Like, if I turn this truck around, like, it's gonna be problems in the classroom. She was like, and I turn that truck around, and when I tell you, this is before you had to push a button to get into a school. You know what I'm saying? I walk right to this nigga classroom. Come on. Walk his ass out. I know you gonna do all that. Bitch, you call me, I'm losing money. You know what I'm saying? What you want me to do? I can't lose no more money. He has to understand that. He understands now.
Okay,
like,
so
I know you were gonna do all that. Like, what the fuck did you think I was gonna do?
Now, let me advocate for my teachers, because I have a lot of teacher friends. Teachers are taught the subject. They're not taught how to deal with children.
Not at all.
At all?
They're taught English. They're taught history. They're taught math.
They are people.
They're not.
I mean, if you've been teaching for years, you haven't experienced like.
But it's not their job.
It's not their job to reprimand somebody's child, because then you have the people who you reprimand my child, and I'm coming down. I got a problem with you.
You gotta beat them, but you can like.
No, but
discipline.
Still. But again, going back to the kids being raised sensitively. If my kid comes to me and says the teacher says something to them, and what she said, and then that's different. So how do you, as a teacher? You don't want me to say nothing to him, but you want me to teach him, but I can't reach him. So now what do you want me to do? Because all I have a degree, I just have a geometry degree.
I think I want to be a teacher now.
They
got the right one. I'd be like, your son got on George and can't read. You mad at me?
One thing you say that I think is very important, since we're going to talk about this, when it comes to teachers, parents, in my opinion, need to stop taking the side of their kid first.
Yeah.
Right? When my kid messes up
there originally.
Yeah, when my kid messes up, the first person I'm going to address is my kid.
Yes.
Why did you do X, Y, and Z? Yes. Why is my teacher? I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you can't be talking about my child and saying my child's doing this. No, first person's ass I'm going to get on is my child.
Yes.
And then I'm going to talk to the teacher as well. Yes. Let me find out how you feel about this. Let me get your side, and let me get your side. But if your teacher's coming at me with this bullshit, then it must be for a reason. This needs to stop. Yes. Right. And then we're going to investigate and talk about it more if it comes up again. But the worst thing that you can do is sit there and stand up for your child blindly and not raise and discipline your child. Because believe it or not, a lot of y'all's kids out there in this school, and I'm looking at the camera, are fucking up our society and just fucking total fuck ups.
And another thing, parents, the way your kids act at home, they don't act like that at school.
Yeah. Oh,
like it's a whole different motherfucker at school. Like a whole cape come off. It's a demon. Your son is a demon.
Oh my God.
That motherfucker had a whole change of clothes in his backpack. That's a whole nother motherfucker right there.
Yeah, man.
You have the kids who the parents are not raised. They're not raising. They're providing for their kids.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The phone raising.
Sometimes they're not even providing.
Kids, they're providing, or they're not providing, and then you have these babies who are in middle school who are raising their younger brothers and sisters and making sure their younger brothers and sisters eat. So you can't tell this baby at 14 nothing, because she done already changing diapers, cooking on the stove, making meals, so it's a whole lot going on in the homes that teachers will never see. Teachers are taught the subject. They're not taught how to be unless you're a counselor. And even then, you have to go to school, 8 years for that?
And not just that, there's only normally one, maybe two counselors per school.
Per school?
Or like maybe
for
4.
5,000 kids.
Yeah.
Maybe 4.
I don't know your kid name. I'm here for Kiara.
It's different.
Like, who your child?
Or you have a counselor, one counselor from A to F, and then the next, and then you have another counselor.
What's your child last name? I gotta find out who the counselor is. What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I mean,
these motherfuckers all in fouls.
Right.
You don't even know my child.
That's why I sat down and I talked with the teacher in front of my child, so my child can know. You can't just be up here, because I thought we left on the same page. Now you're telling me you're more concerned with something that's irrelevant to me.
Yeah.
Like that I have a problem with, because I did all of that and holding him accountable. But yeah, so didn't mean to get off on a tangent, but going back to the agency, that's absolutely why I
fuck these kids. So back to work. Back to the agency.
But yes, I advocate, because my models are my babies. I lovingly call them my babies, because they don't know.
Yeah.
If they show up to a casting and they show up wrong, That's not indicative of me.
These
of
are castings
them.
that
That's
you
on
get
me.
them, that the agency
Yes.
gets. So I don't understand, like, if they looking for somebody 5'2", if you send somebody 5'2", what's the...
It's more than just 5'2". It's just a
more
look.
than that. It depends on.
you want
so
somebody
if it's a
tall and skinny,
runway
you're
show-
not going to send your thick one out there, right?
No.
Okay, then, so
that's
I
what
don't
I'm saying.
get...
If
But
it's
that's what you said.
That's what I'm saying. If it's like a runway, or if it's a clothing line, or if it's an ad, you can be tall, short, fat, skinny, whatever in that ad campaign. But if it's a runway show and you're shorter, it's going to take you longer to get down the runway. Even if you can walk and you're short in stature, how are you walking? If you don't know how to carry your body weight, or you show up to a casting for me and you have on wedges or a chunk heel, I cannot stand. Wedges are not heels.
They're not.
Wedges are not heels.
Have you ever had one of them Bambi moments with the...
I'm looking at the wedges are not
She won't answer that.
heels. Have I ever? No. I've been walking in heels since I was about 6 years old.
These professionals be... ankles be breaking on, like, this is fun to watch.
They're not professionals.
On the runway?
They're not professionals. If they take a stumble, it may be, honestly,
They can pick it up. They can fix it.
they
Right?
can pick it up and fix it. But if it's a professional show, let's say like New York Fashion Week,
You ain't
ain't
fine.
and these
happen.
designers have to provide shoes and attire. Every shoe that I get is gonna be a size 7. I wear a size 10. I'm 5'9". You know what I'm saying? And if I gotta squeeze my size 10 foot in a size 7 shoe, y'all already like it's shaky.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Can you imagine being in a size 7
it's horrible. It's horrible. Or be
Bunion
a size
on top of bunion on
Right.
top of bunion.
or be a size 6 and all they have are size 8.5 shoes. So now you gotta flop and clump down
Whole
the runway.
bozo
You
out
gotta
there.
know how to hold your weight.
Yeah, but she also said that a lot of agencies will send the wrong look,
Right.
just so the agency has
So the
representation there.
right, absolutely.
So it's never really about the actual model. It's her babies, like she calls them. It's more about whatever.
Putting the agencies in.
Come on, go on, Shepherd. No, you
So if somebody unlike KK wanted to become a model and wanted to come find you, what would they do to get even a look then?
So, first, please don't send me selfies.
because them don't count. You know what I'm saying?
Selfies with filters, I can't see you. I don't know what you look like. You're
Especially that
knocking at the
angle.
door.
No angles on the camera.
Look, I sent you pictures. Who the fuck are you? That can't
but,
be you.
but that's happened before.
I've seen a motherfucker go live. I'm like, this is not the same person on the profile.
Yes, yes, that has happened before.
Delete friendship.
How we doing my eyes? I know this ain't the motherfucker on live. Like, this can't be you.
Delete.
Totally happened before. Like who? Oh, you're oh.
KK over there covering his right eye so you can see with the good eye. Let me see this girl again. Hold on.
Absolutely.
Who is? No.
I tell people all the time,
Remove.
if I see you out and I don't speak, make sure I have my glasses on because I don't know what you look like.
I'll be
If I
passing
take
out them old school cameras and you motherfuckers. Yeah, damn it. Let me do like this when you send me your motherfucking picture. Say, I don't want to see shit off your phone. Like, do this shit.
So
And write the date at the bottom.
Stupid.
1/16/22. This is recent.
They do have new school, like these new age Polaroids that I really want to get into. So that way, when I do hold castings, I absolutely can have that fresh image because the filters and the sepias and the lashes with I can't see you. So no selfies. Get somebody to take and no iPhone pictures. Sorry, iPhone users.
What's wrong with
Get
iPhone
a
pictures?
professional camera.
iPhone's cameras are too good.
Spoken like a true iPhone user. Anyway,
Oh, you saying use an Android phone?
absolutely.
You get all the you get all
Say
the
something.
you get all the
So
blemishes.
Say
on-
something.
No, I don't want to play.
You-
I don't
Are
want
you
to play
sure?
this game. I
You
don't
don't
want to
want
play
to play right now?
Okay,
Okay,
my
'cause you know we
followers
can
up.
go.
No, I'm waiting.
Get your people. Get your people behind you.
I'm waiting.
Get your people behind you before you come to me. Don't do that. Get your people behind you first. So, no selfies.
Yes, I'm over here laughing.
Say hello to
Yes.
I got
Okay.
more friends than you.
Ooh. And she don't
No
even like people.
selfies,
She don't.
She don't even like people.
Y'all listening, people?
No iPhone photos.
That's
and
too good.
please, when you hit me up on Instagram, I don't need to see your whole portfolio. Sending 80,000 pictures in my DMs is not gonna help me cast you. Pay the consultation fee like everybody else does. It will go towards your signing fee.
That's a business, guys.
It's a business. Thank you for that. I appreciate you for that. It is a business. Invest in yourself. That money that you're paying for your consultation goes back into you. I don't keep it. So, Instagram, Michonne Models LLC. You can email me, MichonneModels@gmail.com.
Real quick, Michonne is MESHAUN.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The way you
Or
wouldn't spell it.
Facebook. Do not text me. Do not call me. Do not, hey, friend, I got a question, because that's a consultation fee and you will get an invoice.
From a text?
Absolutely.
It's about business.
It's business.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to be a business and have an operating account and be out here with a trademark and registration and
That shit
making
cost.
business dealings with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, say business. I got to keep this stuff going.
So when people inbox me topics and we use them, should I start charging them?
No.
This is a business. These $5, you know what I'm saying? Something.
We're trying to create this into a business right now.
There you go back with that $5.
Yeah. Definitely don't charge them $5.
Yeah, I fucked up. Yeah.
That barely gets you a meal at McDonald's, bro. You can't even get no ice cream cone.
No. The machine don't ever work.
That is true. So that's how. So if they want to find you, one more again, give the IG.
Instagram, Michonne Models LLC. Facebook, professional page, Michonne Model Management.
Spell me Michonne one more time.
MESHAUN.
And then also, what is the main thing you don't want them to do when they reach out to you? No selfies,
Send
no
80,000
filters.
pictures. No
No
iPhone phone.
selfies, no iPhone pictures. If you have work, that's fine. I don't need your whole portfolio in my Instagram DM message. If you cannot afford the consultation fee, don't send me a 2-page paragraph email about why you can't afford it. Wait till you can. I'm not going nowhere. Neither are you. If now is not the right time, reach out when you can.
Or if you need to, you can always send her your EBT card. And just put a limit on it, man. Here's $300 worth of groceries.
Something to me.
Hold on.
$300 worth of groceries.
Real talking, I'm being so serious. I work for the state of Texas and I process food stamp and benefit applications. Don't put that out there, because I don't do that. I don't ask for that as far as payment. Don't do that.
So how much would $300 worth
Chicken
of
is
food?
expensive at HEB, though. I
It is.
might ask for it.
No. But no.
I tried to put me an application in.
No.
I ain't gonna
Seriously,
lie.
that is my regular 9-to-5 job. I do not ask for food stamp benefits.
Well, if my name comes across your table, please accept.
And I don't need nobody to say, "Well, she asking for food stamp." No, that's not. No.
Well, if you want to,
If
you
my
can
name come across the table.
go
Put 10,000
and
on mine.
slide me through. Go and slide. I'm a 1099 employee. Go and slide me through.
I need some snap being the fish.
Or you can just send socially responsible. You can send us $300. We'll give you $150, and you can do whatever you need to. That should take care of some of your consolation fees. That was not a joke.
Some of your what fees?
Isn't consultation
That nigga talking about
consolation?
stars
That's
and
a consolation.
He said
That nigga
consolation.
talking
He
about
did.
stars.
Consolation. So what is it called? What is it called?
It's a consultation.
Consultation.
Yeah, you
Consultation.
Stars
fee.
align and shit.
Hey, Bree. Hey,
But she caught it.
welcome back, Bree. Welcome back.
I'm like, wait, we looking at stars out here?
No, it's cool. Welcome back, man. Thank you for
horoscopes?
coming through.
You're welcome.
No, sweet. We love to have you. So it's in the model thing,
Yes.
and there's this big thing that's coming up. So I'm gonna talk about models and then just transgender conversation after this. So Chloe and K Michelle, those are to me some of the biggest conversations that women are having
Gotta
about
add
body
Lil' Kim
transfer.
in
And Little Kim. No, because she
looks
really
worse.
fucked up.
She
She
look
really
like the
fucked up
lion
her
off the
situation.
Wizard of Oz. Like,
Yeah, we're not gonna talk. that
courage. You don't get your ugly ass from around. She was beautiful when she was Little Kim.
absolutely
But
was.
She
now,
was definitely beautiful.
But K.
Now-
Michelle and Chloe were just as beautiful.
yeah.
They look better.
You said it looked
They
better.
look better now. They don't look bad now. Come on. Okay, so let me have this conversation. I want your opinion on it. So when it comes to body surgeries or women and their transformation of their body and how they look, how do you feel about that? Because you're in a beauty industry to where your image is your money. This is everything you have. Without that, you have nothing, right? You have no leverage, no anything. So when it comes to body surgeries and when it comes to, nose jobs, whatever it is, how do you feel about that? As opposed to it being, just how do you feel about it?
So I'm not against it because I have had work done. But I'm not going to do anything that makes me not look like me.
Okay.
I'm not against it. If you got the money, boo, do it. If that's what you want to do, because you feel like you want to look better make sure it's for yourself. Don't do it.
It's never for themselves.
But it doesn't really. Does it have to be for themselves? Because
it lets me know that money don't make you happy. Because if I had money like that, I could give a fuck. I got a neck like Pitbull puppy, nigga. Shit, I don't give a fuck. And I'm broke. And if I had I wouldn't be getting fat sucked out my neck though. Like fuck that.
But we've had the conversation. But again,
if everybody had money, they would do it.
We've had that conversation.
Yeah. If everybody had the money, they would do it.
So this is my thing. Everyone talks about. Everyone talks about. Everyone talks about. Making fun of women. Other women are making fun of women who are getting these surgeries done, right? And it's funny because there's a lot of women out here that are living off of $25,000 a year, getting their eyelashes done and getting their lips Botox or putting all this makeup on. When it comes to makeup is a broke person's plastic surgery if you think about it. They can't change the contour of their face. So they're online looking how to make their face and their cheekbones more bold and more sharper. So it's like if women had the money to spend on making their body how they want it to be made, or their nose, or there's no woman that would not do that. And when I say no woman, of course, not 100% of all women would do it, but more women would do it than not. It's just they don't have the means for it. So when people are making fun of K. Michelle's and the Chloe's for doing it, I find it very hypocritical because I've seen some of y'all selfies and I've seen you in real life and you're doing the exact same work and transformation that they're doing, just at a lower level.
That was kind of harsh.
But tell me I'm wrong though.
I can see your point.
Tell me I'm wrong.
I can see your point.
That was harsh.
My thing is, I look like this. Essentially, makeup is going to cover the blemishes and the scars and the imperfections. But when I take my makeup off, I look like this. K. Michelle put a post up that said fresh face, but it's permanent makeup.
Yeah.
So you can't say it's a fresh face.
But if that's
what I'm saying?
But if that's what she chooses as a woman, and women and people all want to be accepted for how we want to present ourselves. But if that's what she chooses to do to make herself happy, and as she always talks about, she's always had self-esteem issues from past relationships and growing up. She always speaks on that.
Yeah.
So if this is what she feels like she needs to do as a woman to make herself happy and comfortable,
I'm not knocking.
Then
she got the money to do it.
But yet all women are the main ones that are criticizing her about it. And it's funny because most women go through that same situation, and it's like,
I went through it though. I guarantee you, if I come up on some money, I'm not gonna be looking like her.
But again, you're a man.
I don't like the fuck. It's dudes doing these, like Sammy Sosa did the shit. Like it's weird.
Everybody's been talked about, and everybody has had a bully, and everybody has not been socially accepted. But they either get over it, and I'm an adult now, and I'm okay with me, or they let it bother them, and then they change who they are, or put this perception out there that this is who I am and I'm comfortable. We don't know what they deal with that night. We don't know if they crying themselves to sleep at night. We don't know if they don't recognize themselves in the mirror. K. Michelle's got a show out where she's trying to help people fix their botched bodies, and she's infamous for having a botched body.
But K. Michelle is infamous for having a botched body.
Yes,
like her ass was fucked up.
It was leaking.
But then she take it off.
Yes,
but she got all that removed though.
It's botched.
Okay.
She had to get them removed, put them back in the
right way.
Implants taken out. She had the injections put in, and then those started messing with her body too. So ultimately, she don't have a butt. She still has the hips. But even that, she went to her lips. She changed her nose. She changed her cheekbones, changed her eyes. So she's just not happy with herself. She is looking.
But does that not make sense with her not being happy with herself?
It does not make sense.
Because to me,
I'm not going to look for happiness in somebody else or a needle. I'm gonna find happiness in me.
But to me, I think it makes sense because I know overweight people, right? And I know people that were overweight and that are now not overweight. And they've always said that no matter how much weight they lose,
They
they'll
still look fat.
still see themselves as a fat
Absolutely.
person.
Mm-hmm.
So it goes the same way when people that are having these surgeries, no matter how many surgeries they have, they still see the person that they never thought was attractive. And that's why, so I don't mind. And again, it's not for me to say, but when you're getting some work done, I understand it if you're getting one or two things done. Do what you want to do. You have money, take care of it. It's the when you're going overboard
It's
and
so
you're like,
overboard for
and when people are going overboard, like I don't think K. Michelle has gone to the point of going overboard yet.
Oh,
right?
She's
no,
overboard.
She already has.
She's over.
But-
I mean, she.
And
she
this is
looks
not
like-
judgment,
but
but
she's-
she has.
But she still looks like a human, right? She's
Yeah.
she's not at the point to where she just looks fake and completely like whatever, right? Same thing with Chloe. I don't think Chloe has gone to the point where she's went overboard. Little Kim has went overboard. Meg Ryan, she's went overboard. So there's situations and people that we've seen that have went overboard, and that is more of an issue. But K. Michelle, Chloe, they still look somewhat natural, and they still look like humans. So, I mean, again, if they're fixing themselves and if that is their form of self-care, imagine we're all not millionaires. We're not all multi-millionaires. Imagine the stuff that we would do if we had the money. I know there's things that I would do if I had the money to do it just to waste, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of women out there that would get boob jobs and hip jobs and lip jobs if they had the money to do it. Let's not pretend like that's not true. But then it's crazy because as women understand how society is always harping on them and how fragile when it comes to their self-worth and their look and their acceptance and sexism and all that stuff that goes around, I think it's just crazy how women are the first to bash another woman for doing what they feel like they need to do to make themselves beautiful.
Right. While we talking about this, Shannon Nicole, she got a dope comment
she say?
that nobody talking about. That plastic surgery can get addictive.
Yeah,
Definitely can.
Like you.
that's that botched Barbie. No, that's that botched Barbie shit.
Look
Yeah.
at me. I'm like not plastic surgery, but like I'm addicted to piercings and tattoos. Like it's just the shit don't like how many you need, how many you want, like nigga, as many as I want. Like I'm sure that's the same attitude they take. Like I get as much as I want.
Yeah, anything is addictive when it comes to a point. So I see exactly what that's about.
Yeah. That I
It's
totally
it's
agree
very
with.
addictive.
You said
Yeah.
something earlier. A fat person can lose weight and still see
Yeah, I've heard somebody say that.
having body dysmorphia and only being I think my heaviest I got up to while I was pregnant, of course, like 180, and then outside of that 160, and I was not not happy at all. I've lost the weight, but I still see 160 just, and I know it's people or the comments, oh, she's so skinny. It's what I see. It's the image of me that I see. Being married and still having a husband and all that, and he can tell me I'm beautiful and I'm this and I'm that and babe, you look good and whatever. If I don't see it, I'm not confident. I don't feel it. So couple that with the comment the lady made about being addicted to it. I have 20 tattoos. I'll have 20 more in 5 years, 6 years. That's just, it is what it is.
Are models y'all have ink on y'all?
Absolutely.
I didn't know that.
A lot of stuff is more acceptable now.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff, that's where the height comes in. That's where the not everybody wants blonde hair and blue eyed anymore. So it's different. It's very different now. A lot more things are accepted.
Like what?
The tattoos,
He over here giving me my headshot ready for
the natural hair, the tattoos, height, piercings. There are platforms where there are inked models and inked models only. There are platforms where people want piercings or the different colored hair or hand models, their nails, feet models. I don't know what this is about feet fetishes. No, I don't understand that.
There's a whole group of people that are like into toes.
It's
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Sheesh. I wish I had cute
Putting your feet
toes.
in cake and shit.
I wish I got bunions on top of my
Don't
feet.
do that.
You don't want to see that.
Don't do that.
So men. So you talked about that before, Kay, because I was talking to you and I was like, man, I would get so much shit done. Or like if I had money, I would spend my money on frivolous things as well that people would think it makes no sense. But again, I have money, so I have that ability to, right? And I think that's a conversation that we always talk about what other people do, but they're not in the same situation that we are. And I don't think that's honest as we talk with those conversations. Just as you said, men, I was like, man, I would do this. And you're like, nah, as a man, we don't have to do that. We have money.
Money.
We don't need to get plastic surgery. We can have big bellies and we're still.
And have the baddest girl. If Rick Ross can pull lyric galore, like, what do you think is going on?
Yeah. So it makes sense when you said, so you're right. I don't think men would do the same thing that women do, but you have to understand a woman's beauty is a lot more to them than a man's beauty, if that makes any sense. Yeah. So now when it comes to last conversation I want to have, and it's about them or they or those, however you want to speak on them.
Well, we can just call them transgender. Them, they are.
Yeah, I'll start off with you, Kay.
Me?
Yes, with you. Is a transgender woman, which is someone that was born biologically a male with a penis and 2 testicles most of the time, and that then in their later years have decided to have procedures to turn their penis into a vagina, which is in turn a transgender woman. Are they women?
You can call yourself a woman, but I mean, I'm see what your birth certificate say.
So no?
Nah.
How about you, Miss Jessica? And I'm not trying to be very controversial. I just had a thought, and I want to share it with you guys. I want to see what y'all think.
The only reason I'm pausing is because it's a sensitive topic, because I know, me being in the industry and I'm saying that I'm accepting of everybody, I have to choose.
No, I totally get it. I'm gonna clip this too, by the way, y'all. So
it's how you live. If that's whatever makes you individually happy, that's who you are.
Yeah.
Okay, so I feel that a transgender woman is a woman, 100%. And I think that the fight that a lot of transgenders are having when it comes to the word transgender, they don't want to have that in front of their name. They want to just be called a woman. I think that is stupid. But yet I still think a transgender woman is a woman. So now let me explain. A woman is more than just a woman, right? A woman is a very, very broad statement to a person, right? Just as a man is a very broad statement. When you talk about a man or a woman, let's keep it on women since that's the conversation. You have a black man and a white man, a black woman and a white woman, right? When you add that black in front of it, or when you add that white in front of it, that totally changes the thought and the characteristic of that type of woman. Yet it's still a woman, but you understand that a black woman and a white woman have 2 different experiences. We could talk about a pregnant woman and a non-pregnant woman. And as we speak on that, I understand that I can't offer a pregnant woman alcohol, and where someone who is not pregnant above the age of 21, I can offer them alcohol as much as that makes sense. But yet that is still a woman. A transgender woman is still a woman. But you have to understand that the title transgender means something. It changes the type of woman that they are. Mm-hmm. They're not biological by any means, and that's what biological means.
Transition.
So when you have transgender in front of it, it means that they're a woman, but it also means that they weren't always a woman. Mm-hmm. But yet they're still a woman, and that's fine. Just as if I'm in a costume that is of a woman, I am a man. At this point, I'm a costumed woman, right? But I'm still a woman at this point, but I'm a costumed woman. So when we sit here and we talk about transgenders, I think that a transgender person is a woman. Do I think they're a biological woman? No. And that has never been the conversation. But as far as being a transgender woman, yes, you're a transgender woman. By no means is that biological. And that's never been the conversation. But now I think it's stupid because they try to remove that transgender and want to be considered just a woman, whereas that title, as into the type of woman you are, means everything.
Yeah.
And it should mean everything to you. And you should be proud of that title. Just as a black woman is proud to be black, a white woman should be proud to be white, and a pregnant woman is proud to be pregnant. So I think that those titles mean something.
My offering now, or like, how do I do that?
For what?
You preaching a little bit.
But it's just one of those things.
Cash out my offering.
You cash, yes, Maverick, the Maverick Cash App, give it to me. But I think that's one of the things.
No, that's for yours.
Ask your 87 friends. But I think that's also
You're laughing a little too hard.
I think that's important because I think that transgender women need to have their lane, and I think they need to have their voice. And it's okay to have your voice, but again, to have yourself included with everyone else that you're not included on is also not fair, and that's not the right voice. So when it comes to this conversation, when it comes to transgender, again, yes, you're a woman, but you're also transgender, and there's nothing that you should do or want to do in this world to take that from you, because that identity, it means something. Because if I meet you and if I find out, and if you introduce yourself to me as and I'm a bartender, and you introduce yourself to me as a non-pregnant woman and you are pregnant, that is wrong.
Yeah.
Just as if I'm a dating male and you introduce yourself to me as a biological woman and you're transgender, that is equally wrong.
But you're going to be more upset about the latter.
I'm going to be upset at both because
you're not going to be upset if somebody
if I'm a bartender and if you tell me you're not pregnant and you are pregnant, I'm going to be that's illegal.
Livelihood.
So I'm going to
feed drunk people liquor. So what's the difference?
I don't feed drunk. It's wrong.
If you was a bartender, I'm saying bartenders feed drunk.
They shouldn't.
They shouldn't though. It's wrong. Wrong is wrong.
There should be a cutoff.
The conversation is wrong. I understand people do wrong shit, and that's right. People do fucked up shit.
Yeah, but that analogy though, I mean, you're going to be more madder if you find out that the woman was a man.
Who cares if I'm more mad or I'm mad regardless? We're not judging. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna.
But you're making an analogy, so I would assume you would make one that's similar.
What analogy would you like me to use?
I don't know. But that one,
you understand my point, though, right?
Yeah. So
that's all.
The comment about the labeling.
Yes.
I think that's where you're taking. It's just the label in front of.
That's it.
Transgender didn't become a topic of discussion. Like you said, they don't like it because nobody really early was really talking about it until shows like Pose or RuPaul's Drag Race, where the conversation was open. And I'm saying that understanding a drag queen is different from a transgender woman.
Yeah.
Yes. I get it. Yeah. I understand it. However, to actively, if I can go under the knife, to get my boobs done, and they're making an active decision to go under the knife to change a part of their body that's been attached to them their whole life to just walk in the shoes of someone that they aspire to be. Mm-hmm. To go through all of that, like you stated, and then want to remove the label is like me just wanting to be a woman and not a black woman.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think, to me, if I'm looking at two sides of the coin, I think that's kind of where they don't have an argument, because there are black transgender women who want to remove the transgender label solely so they don't have to associate themselves with the black label. Uh-huh. That to me is what I have the problem with.
Yeah.
Don't remove, you're always going to be black.
Yeah.
You were born that. You made a choice to not be born the latter. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
But and the importance on it is you're talking about it, and that's why I think the importance matters, because that label defines who you are. But when you try to remove that definition, that's what I think is unfair. But I'm not here to say you're not a woman, but I'm saying the type of woman you are means something, because it's different from the other ones. And it's crazy because, as you know, transgender women, which of course they were men, I understand why transgender women don't want that label and that title. Because men have never wanted titles to when it comes to people their whole life. We don't want titles, relationships. We don't want never mind.
I'm trying not to laugh at that shit. You just kept going. You kept feeding.
Men and labels don't mix. Anyway, what do you want to leave us with, Kay?
Well, since we're talking about labels, I have a label that I don't want to be associated with. I don't want to be a podcaster with 87 friends. Please send me some friend requests or accept mine. Or
Accept them.
Please.
Jessica friends, y'all send me a friend request, please.
Don't do that. I will unfriend
Socially
you.
irresponsible. If you on the page, send me a friend request. Come on now,
Man, y'all give
Come on, man.
KK's page some love, shit.
please, because I'm.
I'm gonna have to bring mine back up too because my page was completely deleted. Someone hacked into mine from Florida.
That's tough.
And my whole page is now no longer in existence. So I've been talking off of socially responsible. So anything that comes off of socially responsible, positive, uplifting, that's from me. Any nonsense is Kelvin. He's the one that is doing those comments.
Hey,
So
I don't even post from that shit. Y'all know that ain't me.
he's lying right now. It's cool. That's why. and the proof is in the pudding. That's why his
I'll
current
comment.
page.
I'll comment like, "Hey, KK didn't say that." Like, I'll definitely put that. You made a post about the white girls in HBCUs. I took my name off the tag. She got me fucked up.
That was funny, though.
I don't want no part of that shit.
That was funny.
No.
White girls and eight.
He did
never
a
mind.
10-year challenge. Hey, I took my name off that shit.
Did you see that one, Brianna?
No.
So I
Oh,
did
it was
a
terrible.
I did a 10-year challenge, and I had two pictures. The first picture was of a normal 2-lane highway, and then the second picture was of those mega highways. So it has the 2-lane highway. The 2-lane highway had like 1 or 2 cars on it, right? And that was the first picture. The second picture was a mega highway, like 10 lanes on each side. So 20-lane highways with full with cars, right? And on the first picture, I captioned, this is Becky before she goes to an HBCU.
Don't finish that.
And then,
Actually said I caption. Did y'all hear that? Y'all caught that?
Don't finish that.
I see my name tagged on it. Like,
Don't
oh
finish
no,
that.
sir.
and the second picture was 10 years later.
That's probably why the fuck I got deleted. Look,
Don't do
because of that shit.
But again, that was hilarious, guys. Hey, the HBCU can change a white woman, hands down.
They can change a black woman. I've seen plenty women from San Antonio go to Houston in college and come back. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, but the Becky one was funnier though.
Yeah, I got you.
But so anyway, that was KK that posted it.
He just said
And
it was him. What?
I misspeak all the time. I said constellations early and shit, so it happens.
I don't even have Facebook, so.
And that's my point. That prefaces the simple fact that he has already had one page deleted because of his irresponsible comments. So therefore, this is why the socially responsible page is almost at that point now. So that's the guy who is responsible for the irresponsible post. I'm more of the inspirational uplifter.
I'll give a whole shout out to the NFCs.
They're out of there. Miss Michonne, what do you want to leave us with?
So much. No, seriously. Just be genuine, be authentic. I think people try too often to be something that they're not or put on a facade to make other people happy. Stop people pleasing.
Whore.
Please everybody. Huh?
Cannot.
You people whore. Attention
me?
whore. Yes.
I mean, that wasn't for you. Ooh, that wasn't for you.
Yes,
That
it
wasn't
was.
for you at all. But I just, it was
jab,
random.
No,
No,
that
it
shit
wasn't.
was-
I promise it wasn't.
No pun intended. It was intended.
It was
Not
intense.
at
Tell
all.
them she don't want no iPhone pictures,
So give them your name. Give them your socials real quick one more time.
no filters.
Instagram, Michonne Models LLC. Michonne MESHAUN. Jessica Michonne on Instagram. Also, Facebook Jessica Michonne, and then professional page on Facebook is Michonne Model Management.
And also, she gave rules. So go into the show and listen to her rules. Please know what she say. Kay, no
No
filters.
selfies, no filters, no iPhone photos. If
No
you
ugly
cannot,
people.
I didn't say that.
I said it. No ugly people.
If you cannot
Ugly people can model?
invest in a professional photo shoot and
just-
headshots, they're not that expensive.
Yeah. And if you talk to her about business, that's a consultation fee.
A cash app come with it.
Invoices are coming
No,
right
not a
by.
cash app.
An invoice come with it.
You
An invoice
pay,
come
you pay
with
how you
it.
choose.
Cash App is connected to the IRS now in 1099s. On
So that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, they getting their money. But and also I would like to leave everybody with, I don't know, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. And once again, Miss Jessica, thank you for coming
Thank
in
you for
twice.
coming again. Like, really appreciate it.
Twice.
You didn't have to
Y'all
come
couldn't get
this.
y'all stuff together.
No, that's not true.
No, it actually we normally have that.
I know, but we're
problem.
not gonna tell the people that.
Oh yeah. The fuck you talking about? Michonne?
Thunderstorms outside, man. We couldn't.
Goddamn females, right? Always fucking up.
Yeah.
But yeah, but
That's why I said be authentic.
but no, thank you for coming. Real talk.
Of course.
Great conversation.
It was fun.
And I think we did a good job in duplicating what we had on the first one. The first one was a classic.
I wish I
starting
could have
off.
heard it.
I wish y'all could have heard it, man. That was a classic off top. But she had a lot of jewels and a lot of gems for you guys. And again, this is a self-made woman right here. So she's made everything that she is by herself, of course, with the help of others. But at the end of the day, you have to count on yourself, and she is someone who counted and depended on herself to get her where she is right now. So again, that's my shout out to her. For everybody else, I would like to say, man, just speak your truth. That's my biggest thing on this show. When we talk, we want to talk our truth, and we want to talk with sense. We don't want to speak about how it is to be a fucked up individual and what those people are doing. Let's try to be better and do better in our conversations and have that conversation so we can just figure shit out and grow. Simple as that.
Somebody is sending a gang of hearts. Thank you, appreciate it.
And everybody else, make sure y'all send some more hearts. Hit the share button after the show.
Jumping up the screen.
Hit the thumbs up. Everything.
Attention.
He stopped the whole.
They want for me.
Stop the.
You were going deep, and you was right there. Did y'all see all the hearts?
Just some motherfucking hearts, nigga.
God.
Jeez.
You always
Phone
want people to
a
hit the
friend.
hearts. I said shout out
As
to
if,
the hearts.
as if I wasn't saying
Phone a
anything,
friend.
right?
Phone a friend. Somebody send them a lifeline, Jesus.
But yeah, like
That's how you don't get invited.
well, I guess like this nigga said, man, please send some hearts,
Ask
some
one of the
thumbs
87
ups.
people if they gonna come.
Make sure y'all share. Make sure y'all tag.
87.
Huh?
Not after today.
Oh, 86. 86.
Post her interview.
It's already live.
Hey, we finna shut this shit down. Get y'all ass to the Carter right now. Shut this shit down.
Once again, man, like Kay said, man, y'all hit them hearts. We appreciate the hearts, thumbs up, like, share. Thanks for the comments. We appreciate y'all support. Once again, this is Socially Responsible Podcast. As they say, the hardest podcast. No, we ain't saying that bullshit. We just us and y'all come and fuck with us. We out. Peace.
Ooh, that was hard. That was aggressive.